What's up, ladies and gents? Everyone else, Slappy here with ETM 540 Clubhouse, and we're back in the shop. Well, we're back in the lounge of the shop, but we're in the freaking shop. Let's go in there. So we are back from our Wasteland Weekend adventure, and we are officially getting back to some projects. And I know some of you are probably saying, but Brian, why are you calling yourself Slappy? Why did I just make you guys all sound like a bunch of assholes? I'm so sorry. So anyways, the whole Slappy thing, just for most of you who are just now joining us, is because of the fact that my nickname was Slappy back in high school. At Wasteland, I tried to come up with a weird nickname. Didn't work. Then changed it to my old high school nickname. And here we are, basically. So most of you, honestly, on this channel who follow us know me as that anyways, from Wasteland. So what are you going to do? But enough of here nor... We're getting back on this sucker. And I am excited to get it even that much closer, although I am not excited to do the wiring. So for now, we're going to do some more cosmetics because I do have two particular things that I want to get set up on it that I think will look good. We'll see. Well, I don't know. They'll either function or not, but I want to put the rear tail I want to put the rear toolbox on the back fender area. And then we have a little shorty front fender that I want to mock up and do on the front because I think it's just good to have something to catch those big chunks of things on your face. That sounded really bad. Yeah, probably should cut that out. But anyways, the more fender or the less fender or whatever fender you can have, the better. So we're going to do that. We'll do the toolbox and we'll go from there. Tool bag, toolbox, potato, potato. Don't judge me. So let's get to freaking work. We're back in the shop. Yeah. And just to get our ears wet a little bit, we are going to start with the fender because I think it's going to be easier. But we have this. Yes, it's probably the wrong color. Color? I cannot talk today. Yes, it is probably the wrong color, but is anything right on this thing? Probably not. So it doesn't matter. But what I'm thinking is that we will actually shorten it down and see if I can do this one-handed. Just make it a little nub because for one, if we try and do full size, it's going to end up hitting, especially when the suspension is compressed. And number two, we don't need a big old honkin' fender. Or do we? Hang on now. Ooh, I don't know, actually. We're going to try a couple things. Let's set you guys down. All right, before we start hacking away at it, let's see where we're at here. Maybe? Ooh, this is a tough one. Huh. Okay, so though I like the idea of having a full-size fender, I don't think it's going to work functionally. So I am just going to go ahead and slice this thing in half, honestly. And then once we do that, then we'll have a better understanding on which end we want to use because this one has that little ramp, little kicker. Beep. Sorry, couldn't help it. And then this is just more traditional curved. So yeah, I figure if we just cut it in half or maybe less than half. I don't... Sorry about that. Hang on. Okay, so we'll just cut it in half. Screw it. Let's do it. Okay, I'm an idiot. I just realized something. Let me show you. God, I'm so stupid. Okay, so what I was first saying was that if this was to compress, it's going to hit the frame, but since it's on the trees, it's not going to hit the freaking frame. Duh, because they both are at the same distance, so, or the same rigidity. You know what I freaking mean. So anyways, this can be okay just as is, so long as we mount it up. Now, if we were to mount it down on the lowers and it was to do this and move with these, then yes, then it would hit. But yeah, for this, it's going to be okay. But I had to bring in Harry to see where exactly we're going to position it, just because we don't even need to really cut it. And actually, I think you're right. Could you hold it right there? And let me just see it from a distance. I mean, it's me. It needs, it's the...
Son of a gun.
I think it's the angle that's throwing me off. Like, is that okay right there? Yeah, because it can't hit that frame in the back. So I think I may need to cut a couple inches off the front. It can be that too.
See like that makes.
Yeah, no, and I could probably put some spacers in it.
To where it's not too long.
Yeah, that looks terrible. It looks like a big old ding dong on the front of our bike.
Yeah, I think like where like the lines are is where the bolts.
The front bolts, and then we'll just build some spacers to where it'll level out good. And then we could always put something up here, like a little hood emblem or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just something cool. Doesn't have to be anything crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And yeah, you'll be seeing him a lot more back on the channel. Right now, he's actually doing a little secret project for me for one of our other projects that's going to be coming up. I think we're going to start it after we finish the Scrambler because it's big and it's huge. But hey, yeah, teenager. He's here because he did teenager things. Harry, everyone. Say hi, Harry.
Hi.
He loves you guys regardless. So, yep, we'll just drill the front holes for this. I'll get the measurements and then we'll just bolt it in really quick to the point where it can settle. And I still think I may take a little off the front. I don't know. It depends on how well it sits. But for the rears, I can just make some adapters or some spacers, to get it to give us that proper angle. But yeah, it'll be cool to have a front fender. And actually, it will look better to have the whole length rather than just a little nub. And if it doesn't look right or something isn't fitting well, we'll freaking trim it. You know how we do. We make stuff work. Welcome back to the freaking shop. We had to make a couple modifications, but she's on. And I just so happen to have these little plastic washers that were tapered or angled, or you know what I mean. They have that thing going on. And the bottom isn't the prettiest because they just go straight in, and I didn't have any more angled little washers, but I'll get those later. I think I'm just gonna grab a set of those because I have a feeling we're gonna be doing more fenders. And then I just used some old aluminum spacers I had for the back. So that works out perfect. It ain't going nowhere. It's on there. It just barely passes right there, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm not worried about it. If we need to, we'll cut it down in the future, but it's fine. And it looks good. I like it. You can't really tell because of all the crap I have in the background everywhere. But yeah. She looks good. I like it. It gives off some crazy vibes. Nothing too insane, nothing too perfect, nothing too small or too big. It's just a freaking Fender. And it came off of an electric bike. Where's the irony in that? An electric bike sacrificed itself for our gas guzzling environmental destroyer. I'm just saying. We like our environment, but still, come on. Don't be a bunch of pansies. But, oh, there you go. There's a good angle. Yeah, that works. Now that that's done, we are going to, at least for now, we are going to put the mounts back on that was from the original tool bag that went back here. And let me show you just a quick little mock-up of what that is if you haven't been following along. So let me show you. All right, so originally the 500s had a fabric or leather or pleather, whatever you want to call it, tool bag. But when I went and bobber choppered this thing, I cut all this off. So these mounts basically just go on like so, and then the tool bag mounts to it. So now, if we don't end up using this particular bag back on here, at least these mounts are there that we can use for something else. I don't mind having little storage rack thingy maboobskis just for the sake of preparedness, right? Gotta be prepared. So I think what I'm gonna do is, probably take this monstrosity off and then, or not, maybe just cover it with a towel. And then we're just gonna tack these back into place and get them back into their original position. I just need to measure out in here where the original holes lined up. And actually, I don't even have to do that much. I can just put it like that and that'll tell me. And yeah, and then we'll be good to go on that. Actually, that original one might just still fit. Ooh, that'll be cool if it does. Yeah, I think we're gonna make this work. Because even if this, because I'm thinking about moving this whole little section back a little bit, and even if we do that, then this can still kind of rise up with some spacers, and the back of the seat can kind of tuck under it. Yeah, let's freaking do that. Oh, I love when stuff comes together. All right, let's go. All right, she's on. Don't mind the kid back there. He's doing an art project. But that thing looks good. I'm actually really stoked with how that came out too. And that went on really, really well. So overall, yeah, it's got a good fit. I think we do need to do like a little mini rear fender, which we do have over there, but we'll contemplate that later. But I do have one more thing I want to put on, and it involves that. But we got that bracket in the way. And if you're from old school 90s mountain biking era, you know what this is. And what's cool is these guys are local to us down in the Santa Barbara area, but this right here is actually gonna fit perfectly right in here, and that'll just give us one more piece of storage. So yeah, let's cut that basket and then put this thing on. Have I ever mentioned that I freaking hate cords and hoses because they get hung up on everything? I think it's time to start going cordless. And there's that. Can you say weight reduction? Well, of course you can. You guys are normal human beings with voices. Whatever. Shut up. All right, with that pesky little bracket out of our way, we can hopefully, just hopefully, get this in. And it looks like we can do a little bend. There we go. I don't know yet. Kind of 50-50 right now. I mean, the more storage, the better, but it's got to look good too. What do you guys think? Good? Bad? Ugly? I've literally been waiting most of the build to do this too. This was actually my dad's. It's funny. It was off of his mountain bike. Rest in peace. I'm just kidding. He's still alive. Bad joke. Sorry, Dad. So he used to have this on his, and it was just one of those things where he was cleaning out his garage, and you know, he gives you that phone call, Dad. All those things that Dad never wanted you to have when you were growing up, and then he finally wants to clean his house out, and he goes, "Hey, we got some stuff for you." And this was one of them, and I was like, "Heck yeah, I'll find a reason to use that somewhere." And here we are, like 25 years later. Literally 25 years later, and I found a reason to use it. So thanks, Dad. Appreciate you. All right. So, I don't know. Kind of into it, kind of not. Ain't bad. I mean, if anything, we'll see. I mean, quite honestly, everything really went on and is kind of piecing together better than I expected. I figure the more storage, the more preparedness, the better. And plus, at the same time, this is literally going to be a wasteland bike for me. It's something that is ratty. It's cool. It's pieced together. And it just, I mean, it's functional in all many different ways. I do need new tires, but that's another story. So anyways, take a look. I think it looks good, and I'm stoked on everything. Everything really went together super well and better than I expected. So check it out. Let me show you the storage. So there's our OG Honda bag, and this thing's leather. It's got the nice little strap in there for when you want to just kind of secure whatever you got going on. The only problem I'm having is that this zipper was bunched up and it wasn't lined up correctly. So I need to find a video on how you can kind of do that without beating that up, and then we'll get it to zip back down, but it does work. It's still in good condition. I like that it has the Honda on the rear, Honda represent. And then, the brackets worked out good. But this one is what I'm kind of meh in on, but it's growing on me, and it can literally just be for a multi-tool or, whatever might just fit in there. The more storage, the better. I mean, I'm just saying, like, that can be tubes. I have this little kit. That can be tools. That can be your freaking, I don't know, phone charger or whatever. But I like it. I think it looks cool. And it looks like, ready for a little mini adventure with all that. But this turned out pretty rad. And I'm stoked how the spacers gave it just kind of that perfect little where it goes around that front tire. And even the color is cool. I'm even kind of down for the fact that it's got this metal flake and we have that amber light. So it, I don't know, yeah. But hey, I like it. And plus, the more little things that we can tighten up before we get to that wiring, the better. And we may add this fender because I'm just kind of thinking that down the road, if we're ever going through a little muddy area or water, we're going to want some protection. So we can always trim this down, which it already has been massively, and find some way to get it to fit on all these little brackets that we have going on. Just so that way we have that little bit of added protection. And plus, I think it would look cool. I mean, looks terrible right there, but when we actually fit it. So we'll find some way to kind of have like at least like a mini Fender or something, and just give it a little bit more style too. So, but yeah, I'm freaking pumped. That looks great. Well, here. Freaking cat come from? So yeah, I'm stoked. Looks awesome, and we are just pumped to be back in the shop. Matter of fact, actually today, with everything going as good as it did, that made it so much better for me as kind of like a welcome back to getting into the fabrication side of things. I am really trying to push myself more and more all the time. And I'm going to need it because the next project we're doing, well, quite a few actually, are going to require some balls. Yeah, having some balls. So I want to get better with the little stuff. So when we get into the bigger things, we can have some balls. Oh, here, look at what Harry made. This is sweet. All right, let's see what you make. What you got? And who do we make it for?
For Rhonda.
And what was it and what is it now?
It's a seat and some bars, Cal.
Yeah, sure. It's a freaking bull. Nice little horns, a seat. That was all Rhonda's idea, and then Harry just made it happen. So don't look at his welts. All right, cool. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate you. And thank you for everyone who joined in on all the Wasteland videos. Freaking awesome to see all you guys out there. Can't wait till next year. And yeah, we're going to get back into it. We'll be here quite a bit now. Doing Wasteland prep, doing all our other project stuff. You're going to be seeing more of him. We'll see you in the next one. Okay, stop it! Have I ever told you guys that I have a comb collection? Quite literally, these are ones that are left in remote areas where they have no purpose or use anymore, or were ran over and thrown in the garbage by our dumpsters, and we for some reason amassed a collection of them. We even have mini cones. Those were from a thrift store. But yeah, most of these were not stolen, FYI. So if you do see a company name on there, they were by the dumpsters here by our shop. And yeah, we have a cone collection. There is a reason why we have this cone collection, though. And I will tell you the secret later. Or if you stayed this long, ask me in the comments and I'll answer. Maybe. Probably. Anyways, all right. Go ahead.